What do Barack Obama, Michael Jackson, Serena Williams, Dave Chappelle, Madam C.J. Walker, and Black Wall Street all have in common? They were the best at what they did, by a lot. And every single one of them paid a price for it. Not a small price, a devastating one. So I have to ask you something. Why is it that the moment Black excellence reaches a certain height, something or someone tries to bring it down? Every time. Without fail. That's not a coincidence. That's a pattern. And today we're going to talk about why. Let's start with Black Wall Street. Greenwood District, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 1921. Black Americans built an entire self-sufficient economy from scratch. Doctors, lawyers, hotels, banks, newspapers, all Black owned, all thriving. They called it Black Wall Street because the money stayed in the community and multiplied. Now here's the part that should stop you cold. The United States military didn't have combat aircraft until 1918. 3 years later, they were dropping bombs on Black neighborhoods from those same planes. America learned to fly, and the first domestic target was Black excellence. They burned Greenwood to the ground, killed hundreds, displaced thousands, and buried the story for nearly a century. That's what happens when Black excellence becomes Black independence. If this is hitting different, hit like and subscribe. There's a lot more coming. Madam C.J. Walker, early 1900s. The daughter of formerly enslaved people became the first self-made female millionaire in American history. Black woman. Built a hair care empire from nothing. Employed thousands of Black women across the country. You probably didn't learn that name in school. Ask yourself why. Barack Obama, Harvard Law, constitutional scholar, 2 terms, no scandals, no affairs exposed, no financial corruption. The most scrutinized man on earth for 8 years, and they couldn't find anything. So they questioned where he was born. Think about that. They couldn't attack the excellence, so they attacked the existence. Michael Jackson, the most famous human being on the planet, bigger than any artist before or since. The moment he started buying his masters, acquiring publishing rights, and building generational wealth, the narrative changed overnight. Suddenly, every accusation imaginable. He died broke of the catalog he tried to protect. The catalog is now worth billions. Serena Williams, the greatest tennis player who ever lived. Not greatest female player, greatest player. And for 2 decades, she got called aggressive, masculine, intimidating, and angry for the same intensity that gets white male athletes called competitive and passionate. She had to fight her sport's own governing body over a medical garment she wore to protect her life after nearly dying from a pulmonary embolism. They called it a fashion violation. Dave Chappelle walked away from $50 million. Not because he was crazy, because something about the way his art was being used didn't sit right with him. A Black man choosing his integrity over the biggest check in comedy history, and the whole world called him unstable. He went to Africa to think. They called that a breakdown. Choosing yourself over $50 million isn't a breakdown. It's the most sane thing on that list. So why does this keep happening? What is it about Black excellence specifically that triggers this kind of response? Here's the honest answer. Excellence breaks the excuse. The entire justification for slavery, for Jim Crow, for redlining, for mass incarceration has always been the same story. That Black people are inferior, less intelligent, less capable, less civilized, that the system isn't the problem, the people are. But excellence blows that up completely. You can't call someone inferior while they're outperforming you.
Alex G's vision is now coming to life at the Center for Black Excellence and Culture, located just steps away from Fountain of Life Church, where Dr. G has served as senior pastor for nearly 4 decades. What's inside the...
So what do? You don't change the story. You destroy the evidence. You burn the district. You question the birth certificate. You attack the character. You call the genius crazy. You penalize the body that keeps winning. You take the catalog. It's never really about what they did wrong. It's about what they did right. And here's the part that should make everybody think twice. The more exceptional the person, the more vicious the response. That's not coincidence. That's a system protecting itself. Because if Black excellence is real, and it clearly is, then everything used to justify 400 years of oppression is a lie. And some people would burn it all down before they admit that. Here's what I want you to sit with. Every single person on that list today was called too much, too loud, too ambitious, too angry, too big for their own good. But here's what they never called them: wrong. Because they weren't wrong. They were just Black and excellent in spaces that weren't built for them to win. And that's exactly why it made people uncomfortable. You can't stop what's coming. You never could. Black excellence isn't a moment. It's a pattern. And no matter how many times someone tries to burn it down, it keeps building back. Just like Greenwood. Just like all of them.